I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna wipe the transition away. Well, you are. I'm not gonna do that part, but I'm gonna let you know. There's gonna be a cool white transition right there.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
He's gonna get whatever transition I can find.
That's fair. Explosion, lasers. Anyways.
Just over halfway.
Yeah.
Through your Physique Star, never stopping journey. Nutrition coach Brian has given you whatever the opposite of a green light is, Brett.
It's been a green light. I think it's just like
we're tightening down.
Yeah, I think it's just like okay, you are on track, but you need to stay on track, essentially. Yeah. Like, this is not where it's like, oh great, we coast to the finish line. It's like, no, we sprint to the finish line.
Yeah. So negatives.
Last week I would say is the first week I felt tired, and that sucked. And and tired too, even after I'm sleeping well, drinking a gallon of water plus a day. But it was actually class Kelly was coaching, and after the workout, you remember this? I walked right by you and I was like, I am tired. It's like, not just tired, like, oh, that was a hard workout, like I'm burnt out. I'm like, no, I am dizzy and tired, and like I am running on E. And so I think that's only gonna get worse. But
how much coffee are you drinking?
Just like 2 cups a day.
Ooh.
Not like, in cups, like small, not like pounded, 24 ounces of coffee.
Okay.
I think the other piece too is like, you have like a dual, like a split personality in your mind of like, okay, I'm this far, I might as well just, might as well finish it out, fully send it, let's do it, here we go. Like if there's ever a time to fully send something, this is when you're this far, you should do it. So then the other part's like, well, I'm pretty proud of my progress. Like, why do I need to finish it? Like I'm getting a lot of good compliments from my friends and people that are like, you're looking lean, you look great, and blah, blah. I'm like, great, so why do I need to finish it? So
do I really need to step on stage to prove?
Yeah, exactly. Which I kind of knew that was coming. I kind of thought that would come. But it's like a.
Did Brian say anything about posing?
Yeah, he sent me some resources to learn, to research and learn some of the poses.
Okay.
I've watched them all like a few times. I feel like this is a weird thing, but like I don't feel confident enough yet to like even practice posing, if that makes sense.
It's good for your muscles, though.
It is good for my muscles to like get the pump and push all the blood in there. And
I think the more you practice, the better.
I need to practice.
I
need to, but yeah.
Yeah. What has been your favorite part of this process?
Twofold. One, I would say just the community aspect behind it. I think it's been really cool to see people like buy in and people that I don't even like talk to that much. That's been cool to just see people really like getting invested in it, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to stay on track.
Yeah.
Way easier.
That's what's fun about, or funny, or interesting about social media and the whole YouTube aspect. You're shooting these videos and uploading them. It's like, I see it on the Facebook group page. You pop a video up and somebody's like, oh man, I've been dying for this to come out.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
That person's paying attention.
And there's also been like, I'll keep names and messages private, but there's also been some really like deep private messages where people have messaged and said like this is really motivating for me, like I've been struggling with X, Y, and Z, and like this is just a good reminder that like I can do this too, and it's just one day at a time and all this stuff. And like, so that's kind of, maybe selfishly because it like gives me a pat on the back, but it makes you feel really good to know that like people actually they're benefiting from it too, not just from like the entertainment side of things.
Right.
Yeah. Which is cool. So that's been really positive. And then just the knowledge, I think, about like nutrition and eating to fuel versus like eating like to,
like you're running lean.
Yeah.
There's no excess.
Right. And that's, you feel, apart from being tired and like this strict of a deficit, specifically with carbohydrates, like you feel so good.
Yeah.
like it's a no-brainer. You feel so good when you fuel like properly for your daily function. Yeah. Like looking at something as like, no, this is not even food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you conceptualize like soda and stuff like. I mean, I've just gotten off the soda train. It's like the chemicals and the sugars and all that stuff. Like it's just not food. Like it's not. Society tries to program that into you like it's a part of daily life. Like, oh, it's okay to go have a soda or a Snickers bar once in a while after work or something, or after an activity outside. It's like, is it though?
Yeah. Like what value does it bring you apart from the one?
Just because somebody's selling it doesn't mean you should put it into your body. It's like, is tobacco the same thing? Like somebody's out there selling tobacco. Is it okay to smoke cigarettes now all of a sudden just because it's being retailed?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think the biggest thing is just the mentality. I mean, the mentality highs and lows are crazy. That's like, you could like start off riding like even my weigh-in, my weigh-in last week, I had like dropped 5 pounds. I was like, this is great. Like that's good. The new cut is really, kicking in. And like this week was only like 2 pounds, which is fine. Like that's great. That's still very good. But it's like you start off on this high of the day and then like immediately it's like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or like, I don't know that I can actually do this, or this is just like so unattainable, and it's just like, it's crazy. And I think part of that's, personal experience.
Then you have that opportunity to decide, am I going to use that as to fuel my fire to get better results moving forward? Like, what if you've been down 4 pounds and you're just been like, yeah, I'm doing good.
Right.
But you're not 2 pounds, like, I got to make some changes.
Exactly.
Get more aggressive.
Exactly.
Get extra cardio in or whatever.
Yeah. I feel like it's important to call out that it's not like when one of those thoughts come into your mind, it's not, to me at least, inherently like negative or positive. It just is. But it's like how you process and respond is kind of what like makes it take, like take a hold and like just direct the rest of your day.
Have you ever up to now felt defeated by this process and like concerned that you weren't going to be able to pull it off?
Oh yeah.
And how often?
Only once. I think only once. It was right after I got back from Florida. And I was just like, and it wasn't even because, well, here's the thing though. It wasn't even because of the trip, because the whole goal of Florida was like, as long as you don't gain, you're fine. Like, you're okay. And I didn't gain.
Do the viewers know about this trip?
Oh yeah. And as long as you don't gain, you're fine. So, okay. And I did not gain, but I just remember coming back thinking there is no way, like there is just no, like you can't do this. Like there is no, and it was very, very defeating. And there's just another situation.
Do you think that was just a mentality shift? Like you were on vacation and now you're kind of coming back to the real world, and
I think
reality kind of hit you? Or?
Yeah, I think it was a mentality shift. I think it was like this, creeping thought of like, did you just start something again that like you can't finish? Like, is this just another thing that you're gonna like say you're gonna do and then you don't actually like do it, which is not really in my MO to begin with, but still,
we've all
done it, especially something as like drastic as this. So that was pretty bad, especially too like that. In the last video I talked about it feeling very isolating. That's like after that, coming back from that trip, that whole week felt very isolating. Just like, wow, there's no one else doing this right now.
Yeah.
Right. Not saying that other people aren't doing incredibly difficult things, right? But like this specific thing to relate to is it just kind of latched in my brain of like, oh man, Island of One. Like, which is not the case at all, but yeah, very defeating. Almost to the point where I was like legit trying to see like, is this show even gonna happen? Like, is there an out?
Yeah.
Right? Is there a way?
Yeah.
Is there a way out? I don't feel bad I don't feel bad admitting that either.
Yeah.
Like, is there a way out?
Sure.
Can I get out of it? It's funny though too, because even like my clean food, like I still have peanut butter right now, which is like
becomes amazing.
The best.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter a day. And like it is an experience. It is a like wink wink nudge nudge experience. It is insane. I'm like, thank God.
It's like
peanut butter.
It's like one of those Dove chocolate commercials or something.
Yeah, I mean, I am just like macking on this spoon
Yeah.
of peanut butter. Like, this is just insane.
Like reading an Herbal Essence commercial.
Yeah.
But truthfully though, like that's what it is. That's what it
The
is.
York peppermint patty.
Yeah.
So in kind of closing, I guess, we'll wrap it up. What is changing for you right now? What is different in this kind of second half? What does that look like?
Honestly, the second half for me, like I'm more focused. This sounds weird, but I'm more focused now on post-show process. Like
Okay.
But
what's logistically changing for you in the second half? Like dietary.
Sure. So what's
exercise-wise,
logistic? Yeah.
nuts and bolts.
Sure. So logistically, cardio is up to 7 days a week.
Okay.
Fasted cardio, 7 days a week, 30 minutes in the morning.
Fasted cardio.
Fasted
First thing
cardio.
in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
Okay.
Intensity isn't really pertinent right now. It could be anything from going on a 30-minute walk with the dog, or it could be doing rowing and biking like I did this morning at Gambit. You know,
Yep.
it varies. I try to vary it so it's like it's actually productive and I don't get lazy with it. Otherwise, you know, I get kind of lazy with it.
Sure.
But it's still good, I think, to have some of those lower intensity days. Otherwise, my body will wither away to nothing. So that's changing. My carbohydrates are continuing to drop. Yeehaw.
And they're going to continue to taper off till they're basically non-existent.
Probably. I imagine the the protein and the fat will probably stay the same. It might taper a little bit, but it'll predominantly be carbs.
And is there a window of like, is there a hell week?
That I don't know yet. We haven't had that conversation yet, and I don't really want to know about it yet.
Okay. Any other closing thoughts?
Like, on the one hand, I'm like, I need it to be long because I
Need more time.
need more time, but
Yeah.
I don't really need more time. I just need to stay the course.
Yeah.
You know, which
You're seeing, I think, how steep the hill is to climb from where you were. I think, I assume a lot of people think like this because I do. I kind of have this picture in mind of like what a show-ready body, like what a magazine cover body is like.
Yeah.
And then a constant perception of how far away from that I am.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, myself included, kind of lie to themselves about how far they think, oh, if I just cleaned up a little bit for a couple weeks, like I'd be ready to go. And you realize that, no, you're a solid 8+ weeks of like hardcore dieting away from really being comfortable with that shirtless photo shoot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And of course, for me, like the areas where I look to justify the progress are going to be the last things to change.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, like I'm like, okay, like my arms are coming in nicely, but then I'm like, I still have my power pouch. I'm like, that's annoying, go away. But it's going to be the last thing.
But that's always the way. It's like,
of course it is.
The whole
Like, why would
time,
it
you
not
get your
be?
head down, you're grinding.
Absolutely.
And then one day you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, my results are here.
I'm like,
My results have arrived.
Yeah. Currently, sometimes I walk by. I've had a couple of those moments. Like I walk by and I go, well, hello.
Yeah.
But I also walk by and I go, you look like a saggy mom.
Yeah.
Like it varies.
You've been
but-
working so hard and you have this thing built up in your mind. You have the goal in mind, and you think, I'm gonna look in the mirror and that's what I'm gonna see, and it's not there.
And it's just because it's just not there. But then you see people that you haven't seen for a few weeks and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
You look great." I'm like, thank you.
Have you ever looked back at your pre-photos, like, and just looked in the mirror to see where you are?
No, not really. I have some pictures from. So like my goal weight the number has since been adjusted. It will not be revealed on camera because that makes it real.
Up or down?
Down.
Oh.
Down.
Okay.
Based on my trajectory.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you were gonna be around here, but he's like, no, you're actually gonna be around here, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, that seems so low to me. Like,
Yeah.
but I sent him a picture of like when the leanest I've ever been, which we'll put that there on the camera screen right here. Yeah. Oh, that was good. You pushed and I pulled. That was so good. And it was pretty low, but he still thinks it's going to be even lower than that. But I have a lot more muscle mass since then, so I'm just like, you think
sure?
what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen? But trust the process. Kelly, for the last 2 minutes, any
Hey everyone.
Best of luck to you. Great work so far. Let's
finish it.
keep it up.
Sponsored by Seedlip.
Victory lap.